Hello students, today I am going to talk about the another important topic which I think can be asked in GS paper 2 with relation to the sports governance in India. And the context of our understanding is recently 2 days back it has been reported that International Olympic Association has threatened for the ban on Indian Olympic Association for not conducting elections on the time. Along with this, there is another issue with respect to sports governance is Delhi High Court has recently put the Hockey India under the Committee of Administrators. Why they have put the Hockey India under the Committee of Administrators? Because for the violation of National Sports Code of India. National Sports Code of India. So the question arises that what is National Sports Code of India? So basically this code is talking about that how we should professionalize our financial management and our governance management in the sports. At the same time, it is talking about the clear delineation of the duty of Ministry of Youth Affairs and State along with the different associations which we will talk in the next slide, that what is the different model of the state administration in the terms of sports. Now this is the context of our study and this has raised the question on the administration and the model itself. So before discussing the model, we need to understand that what is the current model. So if you will see the current model, then it is based on the federated model of governance. And why I say federated model of governance is, if you will see that there are two wings of the sport governance. First wing is ministry, and this Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sport is basically looking into more towards the financial side as well as more towards the upgradation of infrastructure. At the same time, there is another wing, and that wing is headed by Indian Olympic Association. And below this, there is a State Olympic Association, National State Federation, and State Federation. National Sports Federation and the Sports Federation. Now, after this, you will see that there is another institution that does not come under the wing, that is the Indian Olympic Association. It is a very different organization, but also BCCI deals with the cricket. Therefore, just you will have to keep in mind that whenever you are drawing anything in the mains paper with respect to the sport governance, you can draw this map. Now, if you will see the functioning of these bodies, then they are basically concentrating on that the international representation, that who will represent India in the athletics, who will represent India in wrestling, who will represent India in the another sports. Along with this, they are responsible for promoting sports in the country. Therefore, this is the model which is working. But now I just want to mention here that this ministry is responsible for giving the financial assistance, and all the body in India are getting direct financial help or indirect financial help. So all the body here are getting direct financial help. However, BCCI is getting an indirect help in the form of tax subsidies. So in this way, the model is working in India. Now we will have to see that what are the different challenges in this model. The very first challenge is of accountability issue. And accountability issue, why I am telling that it represents that there is a higher concentration of power in a single individual. And I can give the name of Narinder Batra. He is, or he was, I will say, he was heading a lot many sports. And ultimately what has happened to him, that he has resigned from all the sports federation, and the CBI has filed an FIR against him because of the misappropriation of the fund. So question arises that how he has misappropriated the funds and why. It is because the higher concentration of power and absence of accountability. This is the issue. The second is that non-transparent decision making process. If you will see in the board of any sports organization, then a sports person is not there, but the people who are from the bureaucratic side, the people who are the political appointees are taking the decision on the behalf of the sports person. Now, administrative issue. Then you might have heard about the sex scandal or sexual harassment, cases of sexual harassment. Recently, a cyclist has alleged about her chief or the coach that how she has passed the lewd comments against her. And for the last 5 years, 28 cases of the sexual harassment has been reported. Then another administrative issue is of doping. The name you can mention here is Narsingh Yadav. Then you can mention Prithvi Shaw. Then you can mention Rajneet Maheshwari. He is an athlete, he is a wrestler, he is a cricketer. So everybody is or found guilty of doping. So this is an administrative issue. Then the another issue under the administrative is with respect to media rights. So there is a lot of corruption in distributing the rights of the media. Then developmental issue. Here you can talk about infrastructure. So whenever you will compare with China, then you can understand the condition of infrastructure in India. Also you can talk about that the infrastructure development is highly skewed in the favor of male athletes. These are the different issues of the sports governance or sports administration in India. Now we will see, or basically this is a case study which will help you in substantiating the point. Then you can highlight 2010 Commonwealth Games issues. Then you can highlight in 2012 again International Olympic Association has suspended the Indian Olympic Association for electing the people having the criminal charge against them. Criminal charged against them, these people has been elected, and therefore in 2012 Indian Olympic Association has been suspended. Then you can talk, recently you can talk about Narendra Batra. Then you can talk about the recent issue which we have discussed in the context. That is also the part of the timeline, or that is also the part of the case study which you can use in the examination. So now if you will see, then you will find that there are 3 best models in the world. But for India, Australian model is best suited. Why? Because in US you will find that a state is not interfering at all in the sports. And in Chinese model you will find that the state intervention is at max in the sports. And therefore we will have to take a middle ground, and therefore Australian model suits to India, where the chief executive officer and his staff, there is a clear separation of power. Then you will see that the chairman and the other members are being elected by the board. There is an institutionalized mechanism for the selection of the people that who will be in the board, because the people who is known for and the people who has a record or a history of a sports, they can better manage the finance, they can better manage the infra, they can better manage the logistic, they can better manage the, or they can better understand the condition that is conducive for the sports person. After that, we will see that what India can do. So India can focus upon this model now, and this model you can use as a suggestion. So this model is talking about the division of sports administration under three heads. Then the first head, that is the Sports Authority of India, should focus upon the training and infra development only. Okay. Now corporate function, there will be a separate body who will look into finance, who will look into media rights, who will look into a sponsorship, and in these three there will be no any say of the people who is in a Sports Authority of India. Therefore, I am telling that there should be a clear delineation of the function of the people involved under these three heads. Now, sports development and events. So basically, they will focus upon the development of culture, that is the sports culture. They will focus upon how to integrate the functioning of the Sports Authority of India and how to connect the people from the rural background and far off region, so that more and more talents from the young India and more talents from the rural India can come in the sports. So basically this is talking about that now we should have three separate bodies. So if you will see, then it is like an Australian model, where we are trying to make a distinction in the work, where we are trying to check the overlapping of the functionaries with respect to the functions associated. So these are the things which you can write in the sports governance. Along with this, there is National Sports Development Bill, which is pending right now. National Sports Development Bill, that is talking about how to fix the time period of office bearer and what should be the qualification of the members who can be presented and what should be the tenure of the members. So basically these are the different things which is in the bill, but this bill must be turned into an act. So these are the things which you can write in your answer if the question comes on the sports governance. And why I feel that they can ask the sports governance, because only one question have been asked from the Olympics 5 or 6 years back. So I expect that if the question comes on a sports governance and the model of the sports governance, it will be very easy for you now to answer that question. And it is in the news also for the last 2 days. Therefore, as I have promised to you that already at IAS 360, we have released the polity and governance booklet, but whatever is in the current, we are going to cover it also through our videos, and also we will provide you the 50 pages, 50 topics coverage on 20th of August. So that's all for today's video. Thank you.